once again from Fortaleza.
Another video.
It's the same day that we finished the previous video, but because there is so many things to show, we didn't want one video to be too long, so it gets boring. And there's so much to show, so we decided to start another video, but it's the same day. We are at this beautiful location, which is called Estação das Artes, which means kind of like the station for art, or
Station for art, or like a cultural complex for arts and artists. And actually we're coming here today. It's a Sunday because they're open today, but they close Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you're coming to Fortaleza, just if you want to come here, just remember that they are closed like 3 days of the week. So you have to pay attention on that with that.
So as you enter the building, on the right hand side there is the museum. There is also a coffee shop, very nice coffee shop, and then on the left hand side also there is 2 other pavilions, actually 3, pavilion number 1 and then 2 and 3. Those are exhibitions that you can go and see, but the museum starts on this side, so we are going to see what is in there actually, so we can show it to you. This part of the museum is actually related to the railroad and the train. That's why you see the bell here, and this image of the train right here. This room, the idea is to talk about the transportation of the products that they had, the network of the railroad that they had. This is talking about the period of 1909. These are the people involved in the construction and what kind of social impacts it had also on the lives of people. All of this happened in the state of Ceará, and that's why they have this museum here. Those of you who are obsessed with this kind of toys, this is beautiful. You can see how it looked like, the whole operation. Then you have different types of clocks also on the wall over there. And on the other side, on this wall here, you also have the phones that they would use. And this is, I believe, a telegraph. Passenger train, cargo trains, so it's all different types, and all of the system, the stations. I would assume this part was for cargo, and the other side over there would be for passengers. And the tools that they would use at the time for either fixing the railroad or the train itself, and the seats. So the sign here says that this was part of the machine that was actually the clock of the central station at the time, and so this is just part of that clock that was located in the central station.
That actually the whole city would like function in the using the clock of the train station. So like that was very important.
That
for the whole,
basically was the point of reference for everybody.
yeah, for the whole city to function, they needed the clock that was that belonged to the train station.
All right, so we just left the museum and the expositions that they had. It was nice, it was interesting while you're here to go and visit it. It's good. And now we are going to go to the next place. It's the next day now. Yesterday after the museum, it was really hot. So we decided not to do anything else. We just went home, rested a little bit. But now we came to another beach, which is called Praia do Futuro, which is one of the famous beaches that you have here in Fortaleza. And it's one of the beaches that you can actually swim, because if you watched our previous video in the Iracema beach, it is recommended that you don't swim because of contamination. Praia do Futuro, where we are now, it's full of beach clubs, and along the way until the end of this street, it's just full of different beach clubs, and a bit further down there is also street vendors, a lot of other activities. And today is Monday. We came specifically today because we wanted it to be a little bit less crowded. During the weekend when we came here, it was packed, full of people, a lot of kids, families, really enjoying it. But we came here on Monday because we wanted it to be a little bit less crowded and be able to film, show it to you guys better. There are so many beach clubs. We came to this one that is called Sunrise Beach Club. And as we go inside, I'll also explain more about them. We have to first register. I'm gonna just do the registration and we'll explain the rest later. So we just finished our registration. Registration is as you walk in, there is a QR code here that you scan, and then you put your name, your email and everything else in the system. So you register before you enter the beach club. This is the entrance and some other parts of the beach club. This is for those who love Instagram, obviously. And there is some music in the background. I hope there is no problem with YouTube. And guys, check this out. My God, this view is amazing. And look at this one. I think he had a very tough weekend. Hello. So, as I was explaining, this one is the one that we decided to come. We went to see some others, and it's different packages. Monday, you don't pay anything at this club to come in. Some others, you have to pay a minimum. Like there was one that we went to see, and you had to pay minimum 400 reais for like a lounge area that would be dedicated to you. And this 400 reais is whether you spend up to 400 or less than 400. This is how much you have to pay. Here, no, you don't need to do that. You just come in, and then whatever you consume, drinks or food, you pay for it. So, approved?
Yes.
Yes?
Approved.
Yes, of course.
I don't know.
No, it's very nice. Very quiet also. It's not as crowded because when we come to these places, we want to film, we want to have the freedom to go around, and so we really prefer it to be a bit empty than full. Let me just go also check the water, show you the water. There is a beach volleyball court here as well. Very nice. And if you want, you can even come here. But right now it's like around almost 12:30. And it's really hot. Excruciating hot. So everybody has stayed under the trees to have some shade. There is a very nice breeze, always. But under the sun, I think it's gonna be very hot. I'm just gonna walk a little bit, show you the beach a bit more, and then go back. Absolutely beautiful. Basically, the whole way to the end is still Praia do Futuro, and on this side also it continues. There is always this wind and this nice breeze here, and that's why kite surfing is very, very popular. The drinks arrived. Me being the typical gringo, I went again with the caipirinha, which is cachaça with lime, and Mariana took a piña colada, no?
Yes.
Yeah, piña colada. And they're really, really good. We also ordered an appetizer. We're waiting for that. And then we'll see if we feel like eating. We will also order some more food to eat too, while we are enjoying this beautiful view. Oh my God. So the main dish also arrived. Mine is spaghetti with shrimp with some sort of white sauce, it said on the menu. And yours is?
It's meat. It's a cut, actually, ancho.
Ancho. Is it the Argentinian cut?
Yeah, it's more of an Argentinian cut. Like we actually, the first time I heard about it was in Buenos Aires.
Oh, Brazilian eating an Argentinian cut of meat. Oh my God.
Actually, the Argentinian meat is the best meat. Like.
Shh, don't say it. We're in Brazil. Not yet. Don't say it yet.
And it has pasta and this white sauce too. I don't know exactly.
Very delicious.
But yes.
All right. So we are going to have lunch. Their lunch was 288 reais. It was 3 drinks that we had, 1 appetizer and 1 main dish for 288 reais.
2 main dishes.
Yeah, 2 main dishes, 1 appetizer and 3 drinks. So that's it for this place. We're gonna head to the next place now. Another place that you absolutely have to visit is the cathedral, which we're gonna show you now.
This is the Metropolitan Cathedral of Fortaleza. It took to complete the work 40 years, beginning in 1938, and it was inaugurated in 1978. It can accommodate 5,000 people, and its towers reach 75 meters high. The French architect Georges Mounier signed the draft eclectic style with a predominance of neo-Gothic, with references to the Cologne Cathedral in Germany, and very similar to the Chartres Cathedral in France. Saint José, or Saint Joseph, is the saint linked to the cathedral, which is also known as the Metropolitan Cathedral of Fortaleza.
We came to another area of the city because there is a theater that we wanted to visit, but the guided tour will start in like a couple of hours from now. We are at the theater called Theatro José Alencar, which is a theater that is very, very famous, very well known in Fortaleza, and it's definitely worth visiting. Even just the architecture alone and the design is really, really beautiful. So the way you can visit it is you can just walk in and it's free. You can just walk around on your own, but the problem is you will not be able to go inside any of the rooms. When you want to go inside and see the rest of the place, it has to be with a tour guide. And we have around 1 hour still to wait for the guided tours to start. Also, we were told that the tour will take around 30 to 40 minutes and you have to pay. Each person was 10 reais, so in total we paid 20, and they give you these stickers that you have to put, which means you have paid for a guide, and you can just walk around, roam around, that's not a problem. So we just started our guided tour. This lady here, she's the tour guide. She's explaining everything. Basically, the building was built in 1910, and where we are standing now, which is the main courtyard of the theater, it used to actually be a fountain, water fountain, but now it does not exist anymore. A lot of the metal work that you can see around and the railings and everything else, these were brought here directly from Glasgow, from Europe. And even the design and the way it's written, for example, in Portuguese, Theatro, which means theater, does not have an H, but at that time, the design and everything else was inspired by the French influence, and that's why even the name, it's written with H, which has that influence, the European influence, and especially French influence at that time in Fortaleza. Another interesting thing is the color of the metal. It used to be more like golden, but now they have painted on top of it. We don't know why, but this is not the original color. Also, the glass that you see, the colorful glass, is not also the original one. Here, because of the heat, the color fades away, so now they have used some acrylic products just to maintain the original design, but it is not the original glass that was used. Now we're going to go to another room. The design is amazing. Even the details in the ceiling, you can see there's so much attention to details. Beautiful design, and definitely you can see the European touch. This room that we are in now is actually is called foyer, which in English it means like a waiting room. The area that at the time people from the upper class would come and wait here, listening to the music and just to hang out with each other, wait until the show was until it was the time to go for the show across the hall where the theater is actually located. The ceiling, the artwork of the ceiling is actually the original one, as I showed before, but it has been fixed a little bit and repaired a little bit, some parts of it, but it is the original one. Also here, I'm not sure if I can show it properly. It's in the ceiling, but it is written 6th of June 1908. This is when the work for the construction of the theater started, and then at the end of the hall on this side there is another date, 17th of June 1910, which is when the theater was inaugurated. Also on the wall you see a lot of designs that really refer to the time where it was being built. The star, it refers to the military that had a lot of influence at the time. The leaves on the side refer to the coffee production that at the time in Brazil it was a very, very strong part of the economy. The letters JTA refer to the name of the theater, which is Theatro José de Alencar. And on top you also have CE, which refers to the state of Ceará. These are done after, and the only part that is the original part is this part that is protected by the glass, and as you can see it is a little bit like finer, the color is a bit different, and it shows that it is much older. We left the room that is called foyer, and now we are going to go to the main part that is actually the theater itself. This is the interior of the theater. It is very, very interesting how the levels are divided and actually refer to the different social classes as well. At the time, this floor here, it was dedicated to the upper class of the society, with the best seat, which is this one in the middle, for the governor. And the seats that are there, the chairs are actually original ones, exactly from the time. The rest, they are replicas, like these ones, they have been replaced. But the one that is there, it was always reserved for the governor or like somebody that was very, very famous, the highest, somebody that had the most importance in the hall, let's say. The one down there, this was like they would call it at the time as an emerging class, which would be like the upper middle class now, and the lower floor was just for the normal people. Sorry for the noise, because today at 5 o'clock there is a show, so they are preparing the stage actually while we are here visiting the theater. But just to wrap it up, that was like the normal class, then emerging class they would call it, or let's say upper middle class, and then the higher class. The one on the top, believe it or not, because at the time it would get very hot and the heat would go up, that floor was the hottest, and only like the workers and the laborers would actually be able to sit there on the top floor. Now it's not the case, because now it has AC obviously, and it's very comfortable in here. The ceiling also is a beautiful artwork. The light fixture also, it refers to the sun, and it's kind of like a replica, as if like it's the sky and the angels and the sun in the middle. So once again, from this angle you can see this was the part that was reserved, and these chairs are the replica, as I mentioned. This was the best seat in the house that would be actually for the governor at the time, and these chairs are actually the original ones from the time, and as you can see the stage is right there in front, so this would be the best seat in the house. And now we came down to the first floor, or the lowest class, let's say, of the society, where they would enter and they would sit. So just to see the view from this angle also, and from this level as well. This is the lowest level. Honestly, when you come here, even at the time, even if you were from a lower class, my God, the amount of history and art that you had access to in the society is amazing, amazing. Really, the details, the design, as I mentioned before, all the metal work, all the railings here and the staircases, everything was actually manufactured in Glasgow, Scotland, and then shipped here to assemble it and to put it in place. So this was the amount of attention to details that went into this place, and still more than 100 years after, still standing. So as we just leave the theater, which is right behind us from these doors, you come here, and this one is like a courtyard that was done after, in the 70s and 80s decade. And all of these places that you see red tiles on the floor, there used to be water, and in the center there used to be fountains. Here they also have a stage that they still do events these days from time to time, and the wall in the back is actually the biggest green wall in the city of Fortaleza. There are different types of trees also planted in this courtyard. And the most important one is this tree, which is called Pau do Brasil, which is where the name of the country comes from. Brazil, or as they say, Brasil. The name comes from this tree that is also planted in this courtyard right next to the complex where the theater is located. Now we came in from the back door. Basically, we got this special pass. You know, when in the concert you go, the backstage pass you get. We came here, and basically we are under the stage. This is the stage, this is the support that supports the stage, all of these columns, and all the other systems that have to be available here to support all the programs and all the shows that they do. This is the front section of the stage, and as you can see, it is supported with I-beams and more columns that are stronger, and it looks like it could be moved a little bit, not that much. It comes down to the same level as this floor that we're standing on. Oh, nice. Yeah, and the rest, as I showed, is the rest of the stage that is in the back. Under the stage, on the side also, you have these rooms that belong to the artists. When they come to perform, they could go to these little rooms to rest, to get ready, put on makeup and everything else. So this is where they stay. There's the bathroom also over there, and the shower. And huge AC also, which is needed here.
in this room you can actually get some costumes for Carnival. Like you just need to give like a donation of like maybe 2 reais, 5 real, and then you can use the costumes for Carnival.
We just finished the tour of the theater, and my God, it was well worth it. We had to wait almost like 2 hours, no?
Yes, for the guided tour.
Yeah, for the guided tour because we were early. But it was well worth it. Absolutely amazing. A lot of information inside the theater was beautiful. Really, definitely worth it.
Just pay attention, they are closed on Monday and Tuesdays. So come like from Wednesday to Sunday. And also if you want to have like a guided tour, they have a specific time for that. So just see on their own website that you have the time. So you can actually come and don't waste time the way we wasted.
Yeah, we didn't know, but it was worth it. This ends this video. We really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.